down by the river, another day panning for gold. Can't even remember what I got to sell my soul. It's all kind of blurry, can't see through the haze. So I'm down on my knees just praying for better days. Well, I know he wasn't love, and I know he wasn't money. Might as well be the liquor, cause my hair feels kind of funny. And I know he wasn't strength, and I know he wasn't power. Time going by, every week about an hour. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing on the river, 'cause it keeps calling me back home, back home. Every ripple's just another memory, every vision of the sweet song. By the years gone by and the tales were right and wrong. So I looked into the water, yeah, I looked down deep. Then the darkness looked back and said the soul is mighty king. So I jumped into that shape of cause there's an old man river for myself and soul. As it drive me to the bottom, I lost my last breath. Then I put him in a stranglehold, and I dug him out and I kicked out cold, and I ripped my spirit from its withered head. Oh. If it's gone, you best just walk on by. Walk on by. Getting down by the river, crawling away from the shore. Ain't gonna turn my back on the river no more. Hey, everybody. Thank you. Boom. Thanks for coming to another Miller's Music Mondays. Today we're trying something new. Gonna start to have guests on the show. So my very first guest is a good friend of mine. We're gonna do this songwriter round style. So like in Nashville and other places, when we do songwriter rounds, we go back and forth. So I'll play a song, and then my guest will play a song, and then I'll play a song, and my guest will play a song, and you'll get to hear new people you haven't heard before, or if you're here for the guest, you'll get to hear me or whatever. But anyway, let me introduce my friend Hallelujah. You should see her right now.
Can you see me okay?
I can see you. Can you guys see her? Hey, there she is.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay too. I'm in the chat room as well. I just got my other phone, so good. Hello everybody. That was awesome. Yay! What's up? Hi Amira. What up, Nora? What's up?
So what have you been up to during this crazy time?
Well, it's actually funny. I felt the effects of the coronavirus as far as like everything shutting down and all the changes and whatnot, probably about a month and a half, 2 months before everyone else did. I had like, I counted, it was about 17 bookings for everything from what I do with music and modeling and acting and like travel spots. All of them were canceled back to back. Yeah. So I knew it was coming before it happened. So it honestly, it hasn't been that much of a shocker for me. I've been utilizing the time to perfect my crafts, record more, do more introspection, be lazy as hell because I'm not used to that either. I've been doing pretty good, except for, you know, the occasional breakdown from the weirdness, but overall good.
I think we've all been there. Yeah, I know it's funny because what you're saying is true. It's like things were starting to close down before the actual shutdown. And I think those of us who travel for a living were just hoping that it was going to open back up. Like we were in denial as long as possible until the governor was like, "No, you can't go anywhere." Like,
exactly.
Well, anyway, enough of that. Let's hear one of your songs. Let's keep it.
Is it okay if I do a cover song by chance?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can do whatever you want on here.
Cool. So I was on American Idol about a year and a half ago, and the song that got me on the show is "Like I'm Gonna Lose You" by Meghan Trainor and John Legend. I'm gonna perform that for you.
Awesome. Great. Great way to start.
Oh, and really quick, shout out to Amira. She's currently in the chat. She's an amazing songwriter. We just did a song together that's going to be released on July 1st. It's called Won't Stop. And I'm so excited. You guys follow me on Instagram, this Hallelujah, THIS, Hallelujah, all together. You'll be able to find the link.
Yeah, we got it on the screen, so perfect.
Hey. All right, let's go. I found myself dreaming in silver and gold, like a scene of a movie. Every broken heart knows walking on moonlight, and you pull me close, so split second and you disappeared, and I was all alone. And I woke up in tears when you by my side, breath of relief, and I realized, no, well, I promise you tomorrow, so I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like we're saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted. Cause you'll never know when we'll run out of time. I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna love you, baby, like I'm gonna lose you. And I wake up at night like a whisper of smoke. You can lose everything, yeah. But the truth is you'll never know. I'm gonna love you. Any chance that I get, yeah, I make the most of the minutes in love with no regret. Yeah. So let's take our time to say what we want, use what we got before it's all gone. No, well, I promise you tomorrow, so I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like we're saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted. Cause you'll never know when we'll run gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. Hey, I'm gonna love, I'm gonna love, I'm gonna love you, baby. Oh, like I'm gonna lose you.
Yeah, nice. Awesome.
That was so much fun. I won't lie, I haven't picked up my guitar in about a week, which is very rare for me, so that felt really good.
Good. Yeah. I find a week is about as long as I can go, right?
Yeah, and I keep multiple guitars in my home, and I think I need to start traveling more with it because with the quarantine going on and all that, the most places I go to at this point is the park by myself, and I'll lay on the grass and just entertain myself. One time I did that on the beach, and I didn't even notice that there was people around. I was so lost. And a friend of mine said, "You're literally giving a concert right now." And I went, sounds good to me.
That's hey. That's great. Yeah, bring it to the park, bring it to the beach. That's what's great about these things is they go with us wherever we need them to go.
Yeah.
Well, since you played a cover, I'm going to play a cover now. How about that?
Okay, I'm gonna go in the chat and I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, sounds good. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? A smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to try? Your heroes were ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze. Don't company can change. Did you exchange a walk on fire in the war for a lead role in the game? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. But how we found the same old fear. Wish you were here. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. How we found the same old fear. Wish you were here. All right, your turn. I want to hear one of your originals.
You want to hear the original?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good to me. All right. And I was just finishing up setting up the chat or getting in the chat.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, just ask us in the chat, and if you don't see it, I'll let you know if there's any.
Thank you. I was actually gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
Okay.
do
Hi, Jody.
I'm gonna do one of my original songs called "I'll Take You Home." I'm gonna be releasing this one within a month as well, and I'm super excited about it.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
All right. When the world is a freezing street, ain't got no heart left to beat. Sometimes we find ourselves out in the cold. Everyone feels its way. There ain't no shame, don't lose your flame. I promise it's almost over. Look me in the eyes, and I'll take you home, where you feel safe and warm. Here you can relax and unwind. Just take your time. Oh, I swear it's alright, and I'll take you home. I see the fear in you. It might look too good to be true. You've been let down so much that you can't trust. Oh, everyone knows it's pain. They can believe that nothing changes. It's almost over. Look me in the eyes, and I'll take you home, where you feel safe and warm. Here you can relax and unwind. Just take your time. Oh, I swear it's alright, and I'll take you home. I'll take you home. I'll take you home. The world is so freezing sweet, and ain't got no heart to beat. I see the fear in you. It's looking too good to be true. I promise, I swear, it's finally over. I'll take you home, where you feel safe and warm. Here you can relax, unwind. Just take your time. I'll take you home. I'll take you home. I'll take you home. I'll take you home.
Yeah, I think that was the first song you played for me.
Yeah?
First time we got together to work on a song. Yeah,
that's probably true.
I love that.
I'm so excited to hop back in the studio with you again soon.
I know, right? In a couple weeks, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah.
All
right, you up, bro?
All right, I'm gonna take us. I'm gonna take us a little more on an aggressive path right now. What do you think? I'm gonna go a little upbeat on this one. This one's on. I love playing this one full band or acoustic. And it's called "No Bridge Left Unburned." Here we go. Then you left me there with nothing left to lose. When the time is right, I'll throw you under the bus. And you know your tables will turn. You crossed over the line, violated my trust. I leave no bridge left unburned. No bridge left unburned. I remember when we were on the same side. Now I'm staring down the barrel of your gun. Just another victim of your own pride. When you stabbed me in the bed, you knew I had to roll. When the time is right, throw you one down the bus. Then you know those tables have turned. You crossed over the line, violated my trust. I leave no bridge left unburned. No bridge left unburned. You could see inside my soul. You should see it smoldering. There's the fires out there in the deepest pit. Just keep on going. Yeah. When the time is right, throw you under the bus, and you know those tables will turn. You crossed over the line, violated my trust. I need no bridge left unburned. No bridge left unburned. Oh, no bridge left unburned.
Yes, you inspired me, and now I gotta do something like that.
Yeah, all right.
Can you tell me a little bit about that song though, like what it means to you? I'm
Yeah, well,
curious.
you know what? So, I wrote that song with my friend Jameson, because I was writing for my last album. So that's on my album In the Wasteland.
Mm,
And it's funny because he's an old friend of mine, a great musician, himself. His name's Jameson Boaz, and he came up with that riff. I was like, dude, that riff is amazing. We got to write a song around that.
hmm
It's still difficult to play to this day. So,
Yeah,
pull off the-
that's why like I was thoroughly impressed by that. I know how hard it is to like play that
I know, yeah,
while
it's just like,
singing.
exactly, while singing. Remember? Do
Mhm.
you remember the first time that you tried to play and sing at the same time?
Yeah, it was terrible. It
Yeah,
was so bad. I
every
had to do one chord at a time.
every person is the same. It's like you can play great, you can sing great. You try to play and sing at the same time. It's like, oh, this is a new skill.
It's a whole other ball game. But
Yeah,
I was really dedicated. I also had nothing better to do. So I figured it out like as far as being able to do it more like fluidly in about a week. Yeah, about a week. And then
yeah.
within about 2 weeks I started writing my own songs. But it's so much coordination. It's so much work.
The best way is to write your own songs, and then you can kind of like match what you
Yeah.
how you naturally do it.
Yeah. Do you remember what your first song was
That I
that you
wrote.
didn't sing? The one that you played in.
I think I was trying to play a Rush song, which and they're known for they are the original math rock band. So I was trying to sing and play a Rush song at the same time, and it just did not work out. But it did a lot and helped me a lot. So
Better you than me. Mine was Alicia Keys Falling. I had to do one chord at a time.
I bet.
Yeah, it was hilarious though. When I was practicing and my voice was a little bit more high pitched. I started when I was about 17. So it sounded like I keep on falling.
Right.
And then out. It was so tough. But by the time I was done, I was like, yeah, I did it. I'm the best.
Yeah, it's definitely a feeling of satisfaction, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
What do you're up? What do you want to play next?
I'm gonna play an original. It is called "Addicted to Your Skin." This is a nice little exclusive for y'all. I haven't released it yet, but Jason inspired me just now because of the type of like rhythm he was playing, and I'm about to pump it up too.
All right,
let's do it. I can't get you out of my head. Oh, I like that. That you got me to settle down. Oh, damn. Don't you know I'm losing my mind? Oh, I love how you got me. And it's only a matter of time till I get. I don't wanna quit your loving, and I pray to God that I don't fall too hard. Your lips intoxicating, my soul hurts, my heart is racing. Touch me, I'm feeling brave, addicted to your skin. Is it love or my body talking? Let's find out in your bedroom. Touch me, I'm feeling brave, addicted to your skin. Round two. Oh, you know, you look so fine. Oh, I love how you got me when you tease me all the time. Oh, grab me, baby, don't be shy. Oh, I love how you hold me, and I'm giving you. Oh, I must admit, I don't wanna quit your loving, and I pray to God that I don't fall too hard. Your lips intoxicating, my soul hurts, my heart is racing. Touch me, I'm feeling babe, addicted to your skin. Is it love on my body talking? Dance right now in your bedroom. Touch me, I'm feeling babe, addicted to your skin. No. Why you always bite your lip when I get closer, baby? Oh, it drives me crazy, and you know it. That's why you do it. Wait, while we talking, let's get to it. I see that look in your eyes, and I cannot decide what I'm feeling, what I'm needing. My body is screaming your name, your name. Oh, your lips intoxicated, my soul hurts, my heart is racing. Touch me, I'm feeling babe, I'm addicted to your skin. Is it love on my body talking? That's right now in your bedroom. Touch me, I'm feeling babe, addicted to your skin. I'm addicted to, I'm addicted to your skin.
Yeah, I want to hear that full band production.
Maybe it's something we can do together. Like I said.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. A few weeks.
We already started on that one, and then the universe ended.
Yeah, that's okay. It was probably because we were meant to do something else.
Or we were just meant to do it at another time. Right?
That's true too.
At a better time.
That's true too.
That was awesome. That was a great song. Hey, what's up, Critical Bard? There's a lot of people in the chat that I know today.
Oh, that's right. Let me get back in the chat.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a song from, I'll slow it down a little bit. This one, okay, so this certainly is not inspired by my current relationship. I don't know if it was ever inspired. I think it was inspired by like reading stories or hearing about codependent relationships. So this is a song about a codependent relationship. But not necessarily, certainly not one that I'm in now, and not necessarily one that I've ever been in. but that's just kind of where the point of view of this song, I suppose. This is called Last to Go Home.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself and get in the chat. Here we go.
Feeling sober now, things will never be the same. If you won't drag it out, I play the game. Some county criminal, where we hold back like we do. You can never talk about truth. Oh, keep running on. Oh, yeah, you're on. Now we lie to each other. Yeah, we lie to our friends. How we both so happy. We'll be the last to go home. We'll be the last to go home. When the lights are all up and the music's turned on, hold at the face and we don't have too long. So we'll be the last to go home. Na, 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 na. So we put on our faces as we go through the paces. In those mirrors of our faces, can't escape. We'll be the last to go home. We'll be the last to go home. When the lights are all up and the music's turned on, both have the face and we don't have too long. So we'll be the last to go home. Na, 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 na,
I don't know if you noticed, but I was cheering for you in ASL. I was like this.
Oh, I didn't. I was just kind of like, it's hard because there's so many, like when chat's going or whatever, it's hard. I look down and I'll get distracted or something. So forgive me for not always responding people in chat just because.
Yeah, I'm in the chat watching. They're all complimenting you, telling you how great you are and how amazing you are, and they want you to be baby daddy,
I tricked them again.
Oh man, yeah, we're having fun in the chat. A couple of people in the chat were talking about how they want to learn how to play guitar, and I said, do it. It's so much fun. We have nothing but time right now with quarantine. Might as well learn something and enjoy.
Start simple, start learning chords, and you will find, once you learn the basic few chords, how many songs you can play. And that what I found early on was, I think I read an article somewhere, maybe someone told me, they were like, the best thing you can do to learn how to play guitar is sit down with one of your favorite records and figure out, don't look up tabs, figure out what they're playing, right? And be like, okay, even if it's just one note of the chord, and that will make you a much better guitar player, and you'll learn way faster too. So just a little piece of advice for new guitar players.
Yeah, and for those visual learners out there who don't do so well just picking up by ear, you can do a combination of both. That's what I did. Exactly. Until I was able to do it mostly completely by ear now.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think by ear is all. I mean, for as difficult as it is, it's also kind of the best way to do it if you can. And then I mean, look, if you don't have a lot of time and you're trying to learn something, then tabs are the way to go. It's so funny because I've been playing on these shows. I've been playing a lot of Godhead songs from my old band just to like play them again. And there were a lot of songs that I couldn't remember. So I actually looked up the tabs to my own songs to remind myself how to play.
These are celebrity problems, y'all. Celebrity problems. You can't remember your own songs, so you're just, gonna Google it. Google yourself, Google your song, and learn it again, just like the rest of the regular folk out there.
I guess that means I've done something with my life if I can Google my own songs and find the chords.
That's a nice quote. I'm gonna have to.
I'll try. I'll refine it to make it sound better for history.
You guys shorten it up. We need it to be more of like a hefty slogan, something that we can all say.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, you're up. So, what are you gonna play for us next?
I would love to get some participation from our audience and the people in the chat. I'm a 90s baby. I'm so glad that I am. And I have 2 songs in mind that I'd love to play right now. First one would be Nice and Slow by Usher, and I'll Make Love to You by Boyz II Men. So I'm curious, anybody in the chat, speak up. The first one I see, do you want Usher or do you want Boyz II Men? Until then, I'm just going to go.
I know which one I want.
I know which one you want too. Boyz II Men. All right, there it is. Boyz II Men.
Right, here we go.
All right. Close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candles. 'Cause tonight is your night. We're gonna celebrate. All through the night, pour the wine, light the fire. Girl, your wish is my command. I submit to your demands. I will do anything you need. Only ask, I'll make love to you if you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make love to you if you want me to, and I will not let go till you tell me to. Girl, relax, let's go slow. I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm gonna concentrate on you. Are you ready? It's gonna be a long night. Throw your clothes on the floor. I'ma take my clothes off too. I make plans to be with you. Anything that you ask, you say I will do. I'll make love to you if you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make love to you if you want me to. Just make a wish. I am live. Anything that you ask, I will give to you. And your life, your life, your life. Go, relax. I will make love to you. Go, relax. I will make that to you, that to you. Oh, I'll make that to you if you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make that to you if you want me to, and I will not let go till you tell me to. Oh, I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you.
Yeah, that was my choice too.
I know, because you and I, when we were in the studio, we were playing around with Boyz II Men songs, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. And you saw me like pop up when you said Boyz II Men. So.
Yep.
Right. So I'm gonna play another cover then too.
Okay.
This one that you'll probably know it. It's definitely like this song. I think definitely came out before I was born, or like not long after I was born. Like I'm too young to have known this song, but I heard it on Classic Rock a bunch. And the weird thing about it, I heard it on Classic Rock Radio. The weird thing about this song, as I like to admit to people, is I always thought that this was a Paul McCartney song. And it turns out it's not. There are certain bands that I always like. If I don't like the name of a band, I'm like, I don't like their name. Like there's a really great band from the 60s called Mott the Hoople. And I thought it kind of reminded me of like a Monster and HR Puff and stuff. So I never really listened to them until I heard them later, and then I loved them. And so then this song is by a band called Badfinger. And like I said, I always thought it was Paul McCartney. Turns out the track was actually produced by George Harrison, another Beatle. But this is one that I just love to play.
At least you weren't far off.
I wasn't too far off. It was Beatles adjacent. It was Paul McCartney adjacent anyway. But this is called Day After Day.
All right.
I remember finding out about you. Every day my mind is all around you. Looking out of my lonely room, day after day. Bring it home, baby, make it soon. I give my love to you. I remember holding you while you sleep. Every day I feel the tears that you weep. Looking out of my lonely gloom, day after day. Bring it home, baby, make it soon. I give my love to you. I remember finding out about you. Every day my mind is all around you. Looking out of my lonely gloom, day after day. Bring it home, baby, make it soon. I give my love to you.
That was so much fun.
Well, maybe you heard that on classic rock radio somewhere, driving along in a rental car.
Maybe.
All right, fair.
By the way, I just found out that your mom is in the chat with us right now, Susan.
And your mom's in the chat.
My mom's in the chat. We have good moms. They support the heck out of us. Mm-hmm. And Susan asked a question that I think everybody would love the answer to. I'm gonna go back to it really quick.
What was the question?
I'm looking for it. I'm getting warmer. There it is. Susan asked, when you write a song, do you have the words in mind and add music to the words, or reverse? You want to answer that first, and then I'll go next?
Yeah, I'll answer it first. So for me, it's different every time. Sometimes you have a riff, or you have a chord progression in your head, or you have a melody in your head, and then you let the lyrics guide you. You let the melody sort of guide you to where the lyrics are going to come up. Other times, I'll have like a line, or I'll have a title of a song that I want to write, and then I'll think of something musically inspiring to those lyrics or words that I already have. So I'm kind of, and if whoever I'm writing with too, if I'm not writing it on my own, if I'm writing it with somebody, so yeah, I guess there's no easy answer. It's like, it's kind of all over the map. What about you?
Gotcha. I'm slightly more compartmentalized. It depends on the task at hand. If it's just something that I wrote and I wrote it for myself as an artist, typically that one's like luck of the draw. I could have lyrics in my head first and melody. Usually I hear a melody first and then I add lyrics later, just play around with it, grab my guitar, jam it out, make it happen. However, if I'm writing for another artist, or let's say a label, or if I'm writing for TV and film, typically they already have the music, whatever producer I'm working with or whatever the project is, and I'll just sit and write to it and create the melody, and then I'll record the vocals, or in our world we call track the vocals. So yeah, it's somewhat different for me every single time, but I also have a formula. One really cool and slightly traumatic experience I had writing. I had just gotten out of this really horrific relationship, my first narcissist ever. And I got called into the studio. Amira was
actually... We meet a lot of those in the music business, don't we?
Yeah. I just was so naive. I was extremely naive, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna finish this part. Amira, you can probably see her in the chat right now. She's a co-writer that I work with. This song is coming out soon, and she called me into the studio probably about a day or two after it happened. And on my way to the studio, I found out that the reason why he left was because he cheated. So I walked in the studio. I was about 20 minutes late. They asked me if I was ready to record it, and I was like, I'm just gonna do the damn thing. I grabbed the headphones, went in, and I started writing the lyrics and then recorded it right then and there. I literally just put it all into the music at that time. And it happened to be perfect because the song is about not stopping your dreams, not stopping your dreams no matter what happens. That's why it's called Won't Stop. So it was extremely relevant to me in that moment, and it all just worked out. And I love it when that happens, where I can write from a really authentic place in the moment and alchemize it, no matter how painful or traumatic it is, because as an artist, it's literally my therapy, and I'm so blessed to have it. Tangent. Your turn.
Hey, sometimes we, especially when we're performing songs that we are inspired by trauma from, we'll sort of, the trauma comes back when you're performing it, right? And
Yeah,
like
it
at
does.
that point, you're almost like you're channeling it. But I think that's sort of our job as performers, to give that to the audience, and then they're feeling it too. And I think that's like where the connection to um, an audience member, or just people that are listening to what you're throwing out there and connecting with it, that's how we can make a connection to more people, because they can apply what you wrote and what you did to their life. And
Mm-hmm.
it's this cool relationship where where everyone has their favorite song, or a song for a certain activity or something like that. And all we can strive for as artists is to be those song, or write those songs for people if we can.
Yeah,
So,
I couldn't agree more. We're really blessed to be able to have that. And I didn't realize how blessed I was until one day I was calling a friend of mine and I was telling her, I'm so bored. I'm tired of doing the same thing. This quarantine is getting on my nerves right now. And she said, why don't you go create? And I said, I don't feel like creating right now. And I said, what do other people do? And she said, not much, like more typical stuff. She said, you have no idea how blessed you are to have this passion and to be able to use it as an outlet. So utilize it as much as possible. I didn't realize it, because I've been doing music since I was 8 years old. It was just my calling. But it's definitely put things in perspective, because I know if I didn't have music during this quarantine, I wouldn't be okay. I wouldn't at all. And I'm glad that I'm in a position where I get to create and share it with other people who can relate, but aren't necessarily inclined to be able to create like I can. But at least the music allows them some sort of release, some sort of comfort in the time, knowing that, hey, somebody else is going through it too. It's a universal feeling and a universal language.
yes, absolutely. Well, we've got time for you to do one more. Can you take us out with one? And
Yeah. With that said, I'm gonna sum it up with another song that I recently wrote with another songwriter. Shout out to B Martin if you're in here with us right now. This one is called Inside Along. This one we wrote when it took about 2 months to write, because it was during the time last year when I was healing from a lot of things, and I really wanted a song that spoke volumes to who I am, to be able to pull my own power and really own my sense of self. So without further speaking and explanation, I'm just gonna play it. This one's called Inside Along. I was searching for somewhere I can call my own. I hope it's worth it, 'cause I never had a home. LA's a vibe, been to NY. These city lights make me feel alone. I was searching for what I had inside all alone. Inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone. I believed it. Everyone said for me. I felt depleted. Took back my energy. Every time I try to find myself with someone else, I'm searching for what I had inside all alone, inside 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 alone. Yeah, I'm finally finally home and I got some time to breathe. Knowing I got this moment, ain't nothing else fucking with my energy. I was silently dying for some clarity. Now I'm screaming loud. Now I'm down and who I'm meant to be. Honestly, it's been dark. I'ma let it out my heart. At first I had to fall apart and learn how to make me whole. I'm finally home, finally home. I'm finally home. I'm finally home. I'm finally home. I'm finally, I'm home. 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 Inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone, inside alone.
Wow. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I'm
Thank
glad that it's received well. I have a lot of gratitude right now. Just thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. I have a lot of gratitude for you right now at this very moment for being my very first guest. You know, as musicians, we love to perform, and you know, most of us had tours planned and our whole year planned, and that's all up in smoke. I mean, but you know what? I mean, there's a lot of people that had their whole year planned that's up in smoke right now, and so we're all just trying to do our best, and that's why we do these kind of things. And I just want to thank you for coming on, and thank everybody for watching. And I'll be on every Monday, and I've got a lot of guests lined up already. So I have 3 more guests confirmed, and I'll probably have a lot more. And I'd love to have you back on, and I can't wait to get back into the studio with you again.
I couldn't agree more. Before I go though, I have a question.
Okay.
It's a very serious question too. So you ready?
I don't know.
Okay. How do you make a golden soup?
A golden what?
A golden soup.
Golden soup. How do you make a golden soup? I don't think I'm going to get that one. So
come on, just one guess. One guess.
All I can think of right now is stone soup. The old stone soup story about the guy that comes to town and he says, "Oh, I'm making stone soup," and then he goes to every villager, and every villager puts a different ingredient in the soup, and then the soup's amazing because everyone contributed to it. But really, it was just a stone. It wasn't magical at all.
That just went a whole other direction that I was not expecting whatsoever. But it's fair because I did ask what you meant. Okay. So how do you make a golden soup?
Yeah.
You add 24 carrots.
Oh, whoa.
Come on.
You got me. Hey, before we go, tell everybody one more time, because the same people that are watching now probably weren't watching at the beginning, or some were, some aren't. Tell everybody where they can find you. That's on the screen, which is great. Your social media is all This Hallelujah. But tell us about the single that's coming out on Friday. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Hallelujah, and you can find me on Instagram at This Hallelujah, altogether THIS Hallelujah. And I'm going to be releasing a new song with Amir Gad and Chosen. It's going to be released on July 1st, so make sure you calendar it. It's called Won't Stop. Nice little dance track. I'm super excited. It's about pursuing your dreams and keeping your hopes alive and your faith alive and believing in yourself, not having to go outside yourself to find it. It's all in you.
Perfect. Well, Hallelujah, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you in person again very soon.
I know. Me too.
And I guess I'll see everybody next Monday right here. And in typical in Twitch fashion, we're going to now take our audience and raid another channel. We're going to raid a friend's channel, so we're going to bring our audience over there. Nice. And thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.